Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. My name is Jen. Welcome to Jen Plans. So today is a little bit of a different video. I am in my kind of bookworm era, as I'm wanting to call it. I've been a reader all my life, but I kind of got out of it and came back into it. And then with the lovely flow of, or algorithm I should say, of TikTok, it has brought me back to wanting to read a lot more. So I did two things. First things first is I started making a little spreadsheet of things that I want to read. So here are a few of the things that I want to read. From here, I actually have a note in my phone that kind of helps me when I'm out and about. But the thing is I wasn't really sure what I should do because I know books are expensive and I'm not 100% sure if I want to be reading all the time, if I want to spend this much time on, time is fine, not this much money on these books. So what I thought is, hey, why don't I just go to the thrift store and see what I can find. So that is exactly what I did. Now some of these I've already started reading. This series here is the series that I am in the middle of reading right now. I think her name is Tahari Mafi. They seem to be a little bit different. I'm reading Shadow Me right now on an audiobook and it's very different, but it's getting interesting, so I'm excited for that. Some of the other ones that I want is, there are some Colleen Hoover books. I've heard mixed reviews about her. I'm just trying to show you these because these are like the little books I made. But it ends with her, it ends with us, it starts with us. These two I kind of want to read. And then there is the Anna Huang, the Twisted series. There's Twisted Love, Games, Hate, and then Lies. Finally, there are two Dylan Page books that I want to read, the Torment series. And then there is the Sarah J. Maas Court of Thorns and Roses series. I think there's 5 books included. So those are on my list. The next few things that I have are, there is these beautiful love stories. So Archer's Voice, and there are some Lucy Score books. So The Things We Never Got Over, The Things We Hide from the Light, Things Left Behind. I've heard mixed reviews about the second book, so The Things We Hide from the Light, so I'm not 100% sure, but we're going to try. Never Lie is another one by Phidon McFadden. And then we go down here. I've heard tons and tons of reviews about the Does It Hurt book by H.D. Carlton. The Silent Patient is apparently a amazing thriller. The House on the Cerulean Sea, I've heard a lot about that. And then we've got some kind of like thriller mystery. So A Flicker in the Dark, Haunting Adeline. I'm very much looking forward to finding and reading that. Then under here, just a couple more that I have is Then She Was Gone, The Housemaid and the Housemaid's Secret, 2 books there. Verity by Colleen Hoover. Again, this one I've heard some mixed reviews about. Either you love it or you hate it. And then a couple more. Kirsten Hanna, Firefly Lane. Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. I'm looking for this one as well. Haven't been able to find that one yet. The Priest by Sarah Simone. Punk 57 by Penelope Douglas. And then If He Had Been With Me. I know that this is part of a series. I can't remember what the other one is called. When I'm With Him. I can't remember. But yeah, so these are basically what I'm wanting to do. Is every book that I read this year, I'm going to print off a little cover of it and I'm going to write some things about it. I'm on my fourth book of the year. So I'll show you what I've been doing as far as that. In my planner, if you watched kind of my setup for 2024, you'll see that you would have seen me do this. So essentially what I've done is I've gone and I'm putting in, my goal for this year is to read 30. If I don't get there, that's fine. I'm not going to stress myself out about it. But the very first audiobook that I read this year was Good Girls by Karen Slaughter. Amazing book. The twists and the turns in this, I wasn't expecting a lot of them. So now I am on my, so I read her, fell in love with her, and read Pride and Prejudice was just an audiobook that I wanted to kind of put in my roster. Very much the Bridgerton era, or earlier. I think it was in the 1800s actually, or early 1900s. So read that, easy read, took me a couple of days, and it was pretty good. The third one I read was The Girl Who Was Taken by Charlie Donnelly. This one was okay. It was, again, a short read, a thriller, a little bit of twists and turns, but not too much. What I'm working on now, I have two things on the go. Right now I'm reading another Karen Slaughter book called Undone. I believe it's based off of a TV series. I'll insert a picture here of the book title because it's not with me at the moment. The other one, like I said, that I have, which I'm reading on audiobook, is the Shatter Me series. So that's the fourth book that I've started this year. However, what I wanted to do was do a little digging at thrift stores and see if I could find anything on my list or anything from my notes. So I'm going to show you what I got, and I'm going to show you that you can find things if you're looking for them, because I found, I think, 5 or 6 books that I really wanted to read that are on my list in my phone. So let me grab them for you. Before I went to the thrift store, I actually went to Costco and we found a few books. And what I did is I just compared them to the price of them online or in the bookstore. And so the first thing we got were the Fourth Wing and Iron Flame series. You can see the price on here. Yes, they're a little expensive, but I'm really excited. I'm gonna move you out. Okay, so first, again, Fourth Wing. Okay, this I've been hearing so much about. I am a little bit nervous about it because it is very much not my style. It's very dragons and fantasy. Iron Flame is, I can't remember which one's which, but I think it's this one and then this one, but I'm not 100% sure. But I'm curious about these because they definitely are something that has been going around for a very, very long time over in Book Talk World. So I did manage to pick these up. The next one that we got was Archer's Voice. This is another love story that has been going around viral on TikTok. But this one I've heard really, really good things about. So I had to get it. So these are the only things that I went out and purchased at full price, which were from Costco. The next book I got, or actually the first one that I received, was Milk and Honey. I've read this a couple of times by Ruby Carr, and it's just a series of very short kind of poems. Let me know. I love the black, the white writing on black, but this one, if you haven't read it, amazing. It retails for $20 Canadian. I got it for $4.99. The next one that I got was The Husband's Secret by Leanne Moriarty, I think it is. So I wasn't really 100% sure about her. I don't know much about her books, but she just has some titles, and I believe there is a series of them. I don't know if it's in this book or not, but yeah, there is. So I think depending on if I like this one, then I might try and get them all. I don't know. Let me know if you know. Should I be reading these in order or not? Let me know. But this is The Husband's Secret. I did find 2 more of them, but again, I didn't know, so I didn't get it. This one was one that has been on my list for a very, very long time. Kirsten Hanna, The Nightingale. This is, again, I believe, another love story, love, war, that type of thing. So I am really, really glad that I picked this up, again, for $5. You really can't go wrong. It is a bit of a thicker book, but we are excited for this one. This one here is not something that was on my list, but I think that it sounds pretty good. This is kind of, so it says it intertwines secret radio broadcasts, a cursed diamond, a soldier's deepest doubts into a richly compelling package. So it's, yeah, I don't know. I kind of just read it, again, for $4. You can't really go wrong, or $4.99, you can't go wrong. Again, The Light We Cannot See by Anthony. Is this Dewar? I think it's Dewar. One of them for sure. Side note, my husband loves Jack Reacher, so he reached for this here. Lee Child's a Jack Reacher novel. Hopefully he will love this, but this one was only $6.49, so pretty cool. That was my very last haul. I went to three different thrift stores yesterday. So on my second, we're going backwards because I put them all in a bag, but this one here is called Take Me Apart by Sarah Slicker. It is supposed to be a thriller. So I read the back of it. Again, it was $5. This is about a photographer who dies mysteriously at the height of her career. And as soon as I read that back, or that first sentence, I was like, yep, I'll take a look at this one. So we will see. I'm really excited that I got different books and not all the same. The next one that I found was, I'm on my second book by her, and I just love the way she writes. She's very easily becoming one of my favorite authors. So this is The Silent Wife by Karen Slaughter. It's an older novel, but it was only $4. So again, responding to a killing riot inside a state penitentiary, GBI investigator Will Trent is confronted with disturbing information. One of the inmates claims that he is innocent of a brutal attack, which he has always been the prime suspect, and that he was framed by a corrupt law enforcement led by Jeffrey Tolliver. So I believe that this is based on, I think that there is a TV show, which I'm reading right now, Undone, with Will Trent, and this one mentioned Will Trent as well. So I'm wondering if this is kind of like a spin-off on that. So anyways, I'm loving Karen Slaughter books. This one was on my list for a very long time. So Where the Crawdads Sing. Apparently it is a beautiful kind of murder mystery. I don't know, there's probably some love scenes in here, but yeah, this one was $5.49. So this one I've heard a lot of really good things about, so I'm really excited about this one. This was definitely a high priority on my list, along with this one. So that was 3. Yeah, so this is the next one, Little Fires Everywhere, Celeste Ning. I've heard a lot about her, so we'll see. This is the only one that has a little bit of a boo-boo, but it's fine for $5.50. I'm excited to read it. I have no idea what it's about. I just kind of read the back, so we will see. It just says, Little Fires Everywhere explores the weight of secrets, the nature of art and identity, the ferocious pull of motherhood, and the danger of believing that following the rules can avert disaster. So I've heard, yeah, a lot of good things about this as well, so. Okay, the next couple that I got were definitely ones that I feel are going to be a little different for me. Blue Moon and Evermore. So these are by Alison Noel. They are very much fantasy. So it says, Alison Noel's best-selling Immortal series has been hailed as addictive, beautiful, haunting, and mesmerizing. In Blue Moon, ever has a chance to bring her family back from the dead, but only if she's willing to sacrifice the guy she loves most in her life, or more than life. So these are very much, yeah, I don't know. I'm curious about them. I believe that there is a couple more of these. I was trying to figure that out. But yeah, so we'll see about these. Very not worldly, fantasy, I guess you can say. But these ones I was excited about. Another huge one that's on my list that I can't wait to read is this Nicholas Sparks' The Wish. This has been going around pretty viral, but I managed to find it in a hard copy, which is pretty cool. These really don't come along that often, but yeah, again, I'm excited about this one. I don't know too much about it. I'm assuming, again, I'm assuming that it's a kind of love story, but I could be completely wrong about that. If you know about it, let me know what you think. If you've read any of these, let me know what you think about them. So the last three were not on any of my lists or anything like that. These are ones that just kind of stood out to me. So this one is by Louise Penny. It's called The Nature of the Beast. When I read the back of it, this is kind of why I chose it, but it says, hardly a day goes by when a 9-year-old Laurent Lepage doesn't cry wolf. His tales are so extraordinary, no one can possibly believe him, including Armand and Renee Marie, I don't know how to say that last name, who now live in little Quebec village of the Three Pines. But when the boy disappears, the villagers are faced with the possibility that one of his tall tales might have been true. So, I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going to love this, but I feel like it's going to be a little different for me and maybe something a little exciting, a little different. The next one is called The Binding Room. This is supposed to be like a horror thriller kind of book. It is quite large, but the print is pretty big, so I don't know if it'll take me quite a long time, or quite that long. Yeah, so from the back of it, it just says, well written and engaging. The twists and turns are excellent. The author ratchets up the suspense with every turn. Expertly depicted. Matheson has a keen instinct for keeping the pages turning, a taunt and addictive thriller. So anyways, again, I have no idea what this is about, but I wanted to just try different things. And then last but not least, this one was sitting, it was so weird. This one was just kind of like sitting on the shelf like this. And it's just called If My Father Loved Me by Rosie Thomas. I know nothing about this book. I know nothing about this author. But yeah, it just, again, from the back, it seems like it would be something that may be very interesting to read through. So that is it, you guys. So that is my huge haul. A lot of them I did find that I wanted to read, and I was really excited about it. Again, I wanted to do this before I decided if I was going to actually get back into reading, because I'm really excited about it. But again, sometimes life gets in the way and I don't always have time to do what I want, which is read. So anyways, you guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Just kind of throwing books everywhere, but I hope that you enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit different, but I did have a few people ask me on my Instagram and stuff, like what other hobbies I had, what I like doing aside from planning, and I did mention that I read, so a few of you asked kind of what I'm into right now. But yeah, this is kind of what I'm into now, you guys, and I will let you know how they go. Let me know if you want this to kind of become a series where I kind of talk about the books I'm reading. I don't know how many I will read in a month or how like often I'll be doing this, but I definitely can keep you posted on the ones that I do enjoy and that I do read, and if I don't like them or whatnot. So anyways, you guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and we will see you in our next video. Bye guys.